All right, today's lesson is 3.1. This is our do now, so go ahead and pause your video right now and try these for do now problems. Okay, let's go over them. So here we have a division problem. 5 divides 5 will fit into 5 one time. 1 times 5 is 5. Subtract, get a 0, bring down your 6. How many 5s go into 6? 1. 1 times 5 is 5. Subtract, you get a 1. Now, I could have stopped there, right? And I could have just said 11 remainder 1. That would have been one way I could have written it. Or I could have taken the 11 and done 11 and 1/5 and written it this way. Or I could add another 0 here, pull down my 0. 5 will go in there 2 times, so I'd get 11, put my decimal in, 11.2. All of those answers would have been correct. The next one, 8 plus 3 is 11. Carry your 1. 7, 8, 9, 9. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 and 91 hundredths. All right, here we go. This 1 times 317, we can just write the 317 because 1 times anything is always itself. Then when I move over to the 4, I put my placeholder in. 4 times 7 is 28. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6. And then 4 times 3 is 12. When you add that all together, you get 12,997. All right, and remember, multiplying is different than adding and subtracting fractions. When you multiply fractions, you multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators. So you should have had 27 over 400. And I checked this way to see if we could simplify first, and we couldn't, so that is already as small as it's going to get. Okay, moving on to the chapter. Today we start to learn about integers and their opposites. So let's make sure you can see this well. Integers are whole numbers and their opposites. And zero's a special one. Zero's opposite is just 0. So here's my I do problem. I want you to notice that the positive numbers are going from left to right, right? We're starting here and going left to right. The negative numbers go from right to left, going down. So -3 is smaller than a -1. Okay. I just wanted you to notice that about negative numbers. Next, so we have a -3 and we want to know its opposite. So the opposite of a -3 is a +3. It's exactly opposite 0. The opposite of that opposite is back to -3. So we have the opposite is a 3. The opposite of this opposite is the -3. They will ask you that today in your assignment. So here, if we started at a 4, let's add a 4 on here just to have a visual model. We start at 4. The opposite is a -4. The opposite of that opposite is a +4. Let's have you guys pause your video and write this down and try these. You're going to try to do the opposite and the opposite of the opposite. All right, let's go over them. Opposite of a -6 is a +6. The opposite of a +6 is a -6. The opposite of 0 is just 0. And the opposite of that is 0 again. All right, then we have 8. The opposite of an 8 is -8. The opposite of this negative, the opposite of this opposite, is a +8. Then we have a -10. The opposite of that is a +10. And then the opposite of this opposite is a -10. Seems pretty easy, but it is a good base of knowledge for what's coming up this chapter. You guys are going to do great today, so go ahead and start your assignment.